Hello, my narc-free family. My name is Cree, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I just wanted to do a quick video. I feel like some people, when I see comments and threads on Facebook and here on YouTube, that some people don't really understand why the narcissist does what they do. And they do what they do because they need fuel. This is H.G. Tudor's book. For anybody who's interested in this, I'm going to leave a link for it down below, and you're welcome to click on it. And they sell it on Amazon. I'm not sure where else, but that link will take you to Amazon. Okay, now I'm going to read a little bit, just a little bit of this book, so you can get an understanding that narcissists, they don't just want fuel. It is a need. It is the thing that they think about when they wake up in the morning. It is the thing that they're trying to obtain all day. It is something that they actually need, okay? So I'm going to read just for page 30 and 31 of this book. And in order to understand the narcissist, for those of you who don't know, H.G. Tudor is a narcissist, okay? And in order to understand how they operate and how they think, sometimes, you know, you have to go to the source if you want to know, because they're not like us, and you're about to see this. In this section, it's talking about what does the narcissist want, and I highlighted a couple of things. We want one thing only: fuel. And that's the same thing as supply. So if you are with a narcissist, you're considered their supply. You might be their primary supply or their grade A supply. You might be secondary supply. So when they have a wife, that's their grade A primary supply. That's the person they come home to at night. Their secondary supply, or their secondary fuel source, will be who they're cheating with, or their little side chicks, or if it's a female, it'll be her guy that she's cheating with her spouse on, okay? But fuel is basically anybody and everybody. They get it from anybody and everybody, okay? We want one thing and one thing only: fuel. Not only do we want it, we need it, okay? And further, he says, fuel defines us, fuel drives us, fuel is everything. So y'all are asking, how do you hurt a narcissist? Cut off that fuel supply. That's the only thing that hurts a narcissist. Further down, he says, positive fuel, which provides us with an ego boost, and negative fuel, which arises from hurting others. I'll get into that later, because that's some good stuff right there. The positive and the negative fuel, because you guys are going to be surprised when I do a video on that and really explain to you how they see that. I think you'll be surprised. Now, this part is going to be a little long. It's one paragraph, but I need for you to listen to this, because this is how they think. And for those of you who are trying to get out of one of these toxic relationships, and you're trying to see if this is real, I think this is good for you to hear. Each and every day, this is how they get fuel. Each and every day, we do so by making you love us, admire us, and adore us. By praising our brilliance, marveling at our superiority, and hailing our godlike magnificence. By craving us and worshiping us. By shining your spotlights on us. By seeking your sympathy. By playing the victim. By lying. By lying. By lying again. By issuing excuses. By using you, exploiting you, and draining you. By taking your money and your possessions. By isolating you and scaring you. By having you run around for us, jump for us, and pander to us. By comparing you to others. By making you anxious, and by making you walk on eggshells. By promising the world jam tomorrow and showing you heaven. By changing the rules that never applied in the first place. By raising the bar and moving the goalpost. By putting you down, mocking you and insulting you. By making you take the blame, and by making you feel guilty. By making you scream, cry, and sob. by wounding you and hurting you, by confusing you and bewildering you, by pushing you and pulling you and pushing you and pulling you, by lifting you up and casting you down, by binding you to us and by sucking you into our world, by false promises and empty apologies, by existing. So if you need to, you can rewind this back or listen to this whole video again. You heard me correctly. It's in these pages. All this paragraph is what I just read to you on page 30. This is what they do. Now, some of you are trying to figure out, people are saying we're dehumanizing the narcissist and we're acting as though they're not human. Well, let's see what the narcissist has to say about it. Fuel means everything to us. Everybody around us is a source of fuel. We regard each person that comes within our sphere of influence as an appliance. Your sole purpose is to dispense delicious fuel for us, okay? Now, here's the part that I really want you to hear. Why do we need it? We need it to keep the beast under control. Now, where do you hear about a beast? In this book, he describes how there's a beast inside of him, and the beast is, screaming and scratching and clawing, and he's building a wall around this beast. But the beast is in there, and he's causing so much ruckus that he's breaking the bricks down, and what he's trying to fortify the beast with, he keeps knocking holes in it. So he has to keep building it more and more and more, which I believe that's the false self. That's how the false self is created, because he's trying to keep that inner part of him under control or at bay, okay? The beast. We hear about the beast when we hear about things that are demonic, okay? And this is coming from a narcissist himself. Him and Sam Vaknin do a good job at explaining the way that they think. So those of you who are trying to understand what it is the narcissist wants from you and wants from other people, and why they're cheating, and why they do things to hurt you, and why they do things to get your attention, and why they triangulate you, and they do all of these things and cause all of this chaos, it's because they need to survive. So if you're in a relationship with one of them and you're thinking that things are going to change, they're not going to change. This is what they need. This is not normal. It's not normal to need that much attention from other people that you can't get with yourself and say, hey, I'm an attractive person. I'm good at at this job or these sports, or I have good friends. I love myself. You need to get it from external sources, okay? A narcissist can't get it from themselves. I hope that this has been helpful. I just wanted to do a quick video. I have 2 of his books so far, but to me, this is a good resource for people, and I highlighted all in here because I was just blown away by the information that's in this book. But it all makes sense. This is why they don't have the capacity to be faithful or to be loyal to you, or to be functional in the way that we want relationships to function and to reciprocate, because they're too busy trying to get fuel. So once you really let that sink in and really understand what is happening, I think it's easier to understand that there's nothing that you could do better for them. There's no way that you could help them. There's nothing that you can do. All right, it's not your fault. Don't beat yourself up about it. Free yourself from this, because they picked you and put you on assignment to do all of those things that I read to you. And I do recommend listening to it again, because this is how they really think. I mean, he put this in the book on page 30. each day we love, each day we do so by making you love us and admire us. And when he talks about the pushing and the pulling, pushing you in and pulling you away, and so when they're doing all that crazy making, and they're making you feel off balance, and you're in a fog, and you're trying to figure out what is going on, and they're trauma bonding you. They're doing all these things that are throwing you off. That's not healthy for you. And then the ending part I love, because this is truly who they are. By lifting you up and casting you down, by binding you to us and sucking you into our worlds, by false promises and empty apologies, by existing. So think about that. By lifting you up and casting you down, they lift you up and then drop you down. Okay? It's toxic. It's bad. You guys, get out. I'm going to leave a couple of videos at the end of this one. There'll be a picture of 2 videos up there. I recommend you looking at those so you can learn how to the power of no contact and how to go no contact effectively. And I will leave another video up there for you also about can you change, can a narcissist change? Okay, so thank y'all so much for joining me. I hope you're having a wonderful day. See you next time, my beautiful narc free family. Bye bye.